welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this was my review recap for Love After Lockup, Drunk in Love, Season 4, Episode 39. Baby, when I tell y'all everybody in this daggone cast need they behind beat, okay? Everybody needs a reality check, even the daggone ones that I normally root for. You know, Justine and Michael. Child, Justine, cut it out, bitch. How the hell you got an attitude and you trying to call people out when you haven't even been the one that has been paying your bills, okay? Mama done came and spilled the tea and said she the one that been forking it over, helping you to get everything done and accomplished that you have been doing. Your baby daddies ain't crap, okay? They ain't doing nothing, and now you out here not only with a new baby, but jobless, okay? And you want to have an attitude, girl, no, okay? This is when we put up the meme of Tara saying, we was all rooting for you, I was rooting for you, we was all rooting for you, and you have really disappointed me. You know, moving on along, Nathan, Child, and Skylar, I keep saying it week after week after week, y'all do not need to be together. Skylar mother out here trying to take her to the daggone cemetery, okay, and have her be scared straight. And Skylar, 10 minutes after, not even 10 minutes, child, 2 minutes after she finishes with the damn cemetery, she talking about take me back to Nathan, you know, back to Nathan we go. In the meantime, Derek and Monique, child, Monique over here still trying to hide these cameras inside of Derek's house. She's snooping and he's basically catching her. You know, he talking about some, I don't know why she don't trust me, all while saying, I think it's going to be hard as much as I want this to work once she's gone. You know, there's temptations out there. Not only that, I done had some dimes. I done had the baddest of the baddest, okay? But now I'm with Monique. I said, child, make it make sense, all right? And Ashley's still crying. Ashley is fruitier than a damn child, nuttier than a fruitcake. She crying and whining and talking about how she want to be comforted and made to feel better. I'm sorry, but Travis' mama is right. Y'all need to wait. And Travis, at this point, instead of it being the way I thought it was going to be, where Ashley needs to run from you, I think you need to run from damn Ashley. Let's go ahead and get into this episode, y'all, and take it from the top. Talk about all of this, you know. Also, Aries and Cameron. Why does Aries think that Cameron is going to be a different man? All of a sudden, his damn behavior is going to change because he put a damn ring on. I'm confused, y'all. Okay, I'm confused by it all. Now, of course, we started out with Nathan and Skylar, right? We know that they had the big argument. He's sitting here waiting for her to come back. You know, now he's in the mood to talk because remember, he had kicked them out of his damn car. And he says that Skylar came home drunk. She basically was lying to him. You know, of course, we know that they broke each other's phones and all of that, right? And he says that he really just hopes that she comes back and that they are able to sit down and talk and move past this or whatever, right? And he was like, now she's at her mom's or whatever, and he's assuming that she's going to stay there. He haven't talked to her up till now. And, he's just not liking the way that things is going. It got really heated. You know, they had calmed down and ended up drinking. And when they woke back up, you know what I'm saying, the daggone argument still wasn't resolved or whatever the case may be. And, you know, she was ghosting him. And, of course, he's over here thinking that she's with other guys and all of that kind of stuff. So this thing is not going to work, okay? Nathan is too insecure. They both got the issues that they need to be concentrating and working on for themselves before they can even think about coming together. But, of course, they going to learn the hard way, all right, y'all? And so at this point, we seeing her riding around with her mom, and her mom is saying that, you know, she want to take her somewhere else really quickly before she takes her back to Nathan. She want her to see something. She want to show her something. And she's like, I'm getting kind of scared. And she tells her, you should be scared. And so, lo and behold, we are at a damn graveyard, okay? We are looking around this daggone graveyard, and she's saying that some of the choices that you make could have you end up here. You know, of course, I don't never want to have to come here to be able to see you and visit you. You know, I want to be planning your wedding. I would much rather plan your wedding than have to visit you here. And she was like, I mean, just look around at all these broken-hearted families that have lost loved ones and so on and so forth. You know, Skylar does also mention that she has heard so many times from people that they actually have planned what they are going to say at her funeral. And you don't want to have somebody telling you that they already know the words that they're going to say at your funeral, okay? And she also tells her mom that she doesn't want to have to go here to visit her either. Of course we don't, but we know that death is a part of life. And her mom is saying, well, the way it's supposed to go is that you're supposed to bury me, not the other way around. Now, Skylar basically, right after this, like I said, tells her mom to go ahead and take her to Nathan's. And she's like, you don't have to go back there. And she was like, no, I don't have to go back, okay? But I want to, right? I still feel like there's something there. I still feel like we can work out things and we can get past it. And her mom is pretty much saying the same thing that I said. I agree with you, Mama, that she thinks they need to work on themselves individually. They got a lot of things that they need to do. And if they don't do it, it's just basically not going to work, right? And so the minute she gets back in the house, Nathan is basically saying that, she was lying to him. She was ghosting him. And she's like, no, that's where you're wrong. I actually wasn't. She was like, you asked me about being with guys and I wasn't with guys. It didn't have nothing to do with guys. So I'm not going to sit there and let you basically lie on me or whatever, right? And he's saying he don't want to be disrespected. And she's like, well, neither do I. It works both ways. She was like, you could call out disrespect that I do to you, but you never basically call out your own or look at yourself and see what you do. Of course, he's saying that he does supposedly call out his own stuff and her. He knows that he makes mistakes. He knows that he does the wrong thing and he's trying to change. And he's in the same position too, where he not too long ago got out and he has his own triggers and his own trauma that he's dealing with. And so he's telling her how he always bosses up for her and he basically needs her to boss up for him too in the same way. She does admit that she does still have resentment. And to me right there, that's already going to be something that's going to block y'all from being able to function and be able to move together, in this relationship, because she's saying she has resentment from when she got sent back to prison that last time that they were out and they were arguing, okay? Apparently that's their favorite thing to do besides probably having sex. They argue. And so, of course, she ended up going back to prison because she was late, because she was busy out there arguing with him. And so at this point, when they're going back and forth with the argument, she just basically says she's done and walks out the door. And he comes behind her saying, where you going, where you going? And it's like, oh, give me a kiss. Come on, give me a kiss. And she tries to have a serious face for one full minute. And then she just, that's all it took. She gonna give a little smirk. She gonna give a little kiss. And now she is actually telling him that she loves him, okay? He don't have to keep asking her every 5 minutes like he normally was or before. She's basically saying, I love you. He's like, you do. She's saying, yeah. And he's like, and am I sexy to you? Or do I look good to you? He's telling her to come on back in the house with him or whatever the case may be. And she's telling him, yeah. And he's saying how people make mistakes. We are all human, which is true, right? We are human and we do make mistakes. But child, some mistakes is just bigger than others. And it's like, is it really worth it? And she's saying, I love you. He's saying to new beginnings. They doing this pinky promise thing or whatever they got going on. And she's saying, yeah, cheers to a, great start. He over here talking about, and you love my body and how I look naked. And she's saying, yeah, okay, it ain't too bad. She actually do. I said, child, whatever, y'all. Okay, these two is not, I'm sorry. I just don't see it for them. Moving on from them, we get to Ashley and Travis, okay? Old crybaby Ashley, and now Travis is in his feelings because the truth hurts. Mama done broke it down for him and told him how she felt, and, he done walked away, and she done said, I'll be here if you need me, if you want to talk to me. I've said what I had to say, okay? I said what I said, and that's that on that. And so basically when he's walking out, Ashley is driving up and she's like, what's going on? Where are you going? And he tells her to move over, that he want to drive. And he's like, yeah, I really need to go get some drinks. All right, let's go get some drinks. I said, where y'all getting the money for these drinks from? Okay, I'm confused because y'all didn't have no damn money. Y'all didn't even have $1. Y'all was searching the damn car, but y'all got money now. And so she said that she actually did find a really good piece. It was a good day. And she's asking him what happened. And so he's like, well, she wants us to wait and da 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 da. Okay, she rather that we don't hurry up and get married, that we live together for a while. I don't see where the mother is saying anything wrong at. And he was like, no matter what he do, he feel like every decision he makes is the wrong decision, and she's gonna basically be judging him. And so she was like, well, does she even like me? And he like, yeah, she likes you. It don't got nothing to do with that. She just thinks that we should take our time. And he said he really needs to relax. So let's go ahead and get these drinks. So they pull up to this little spot and they go ahead, to order their drinks. And she said, well, they've been talking for a while now, when she would have conversations with his mom, and she never really, remember her having any problems about them getting married, that she loves her, or at least she seemed like she loved her until she didn't have money. So now she want to make it about the fact of her situation. But I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's an added situation. Y'all have no home and no damn money right now, so you would think it would be common sense that we wouldn't be talking about marriage right now. Girl, what are you talking about? All right. And so she basically is saying that now all of a sudden that she don't have money is an issue. And she was like, I thought we was cool and all of this kind of stuff. So as they sit in there talking, she was telling him how things went good. She actually found a piece today. She was able to do a little bit with that. And she's like, they go ahead and they order their drinks and stuff like that. And she's ordering this vodka pineapple, and he's saying vodka and Sprite or whatever. And, they're going to bring back menus for their food and all of that. So she's like, well, what are you thinking about this? And she was like, I mean, we need a place to live. It's family, it's free, okay? And it would give her the opportunity to prove herself to his mom and let her know that they are really serious about this commitment or whatever. So she was like, whether she wanted to move on in or not, basically it seems like this is going to be the obvious choice. They're going to have to go ahead and move in. And she was like, regardless of how his mother feels about their relationship, they don't have money right now, and Travis needs to feel safe. So she was like, I think it would be better than us living at some hotel at this point. I'm like, yeah, that's common sense, right? And so she was like, basically they don't have any money that they can be wasting right now and all of that. And so she was like, we just going to have to move in. And so, 1 minute she seemed like she was fine with it. And she was like, well, is your mom going to allow us to just be there together like that? And he was like, yeah, I would assume so. And she was like, well, is she talking down to me? And he's like, no, it's not nothing like that. And I wouldn't allow that. He was like, she's just basically saying we need to take our time. He's saying, don't be silly or whatever, right? And, he just basically keeps repeating it. But now all of a sudden it seems like she's getting an attitude about it. And of course, the more she drinks, the worse that it is getting, He's saying, I know you upset. And she was like, well, this was supposed to be amazing. And now I'm ending up in your daggone mother's basement or whatever. And she's over here like, I need another drink. And I'm like, no, you don't. You don't need no more damn drinks at all, okay? And so whatever little change she did make, they about to just spend it all up on drinks. And he was telling her, I know you're upset or whatever the case may be. We haven't even moved in yet. She just doesn't want us to get married right now. It's not something, to be getting upset about like that. That's her opinion. But at the end of the day, it's going to be me and you that's going to be together, and she's asking him if he still want to do this. And he's saying, yes, absolutely. I'm more in or whatever, right? And he was like, she's saying she's feeling judged and misunderstood at this point. And he's like, join the club, okay? Welcome to my world. Now you know how I feel. So he was like, we gonna make it through this. He was like, I love you so much and we gonna be all right. And, don't worry about it or whatever, right? And so then they back to the huggy kissy pool or whatever, right? And she was just saying this, he says, come on, there's nothing wrong between us. We good. And so 1 minute they saying that, and it seems like everything is okay or whatever. He was like, I know that this is not an ideal situation. He says he understands where his mom is coming from and some of the points that she made and why she feels the way she, feels. They have finished off their drinks and, basically he has stepped outside for a minute and she was busy saying she feels like she's in a pressure cooker, that's basically about to pop and go over. 1 minute she's saying, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. And the next minute, child, she crying, okay? Cry me a damn river. And so she was just basically saying that this is a cruel world and she's lost everything, which I get that. That's not easy at all, even though I still don't feel like we ever got the whole story to the whole losing everything situation. That's definitely not easy. And so she says she gonna stick by him. She not going nowhere. She got him and she would do anything for him. So in the process of them supposed to be getting ready to leave, I guess he's standing outside talking to the camera people and saying how this, situation is not ideal, but they're going to make it through it. And she's saying, I love you. And he's saying, I love you. And she touching on his face and all this and that. And some kind of way from their child, it snaps to where she's basically saying, her biggest concern is his mom not hearing them have sex. He laughs at that. Then she says, I'm angry now. And he says, well, why are you angry? Oh, she just going to walk away. She going to take off her shoes. She going to throw them. He like, are you walking home? What's going on here? He tells her, well, I guess I'll ride down the street and pick you up from down there. She's screaming, she done, and F him. And I'm like, I'm confused, Ashley. What the hell is going on right now? Okay. She is a person that does not need to be drink at all, child. And then, he comes because she was like, oh, I just want him to hold me. I want him to care about me. I want him to take care of me. She was like, I'm upset. So basically she just wanted him to chase her down. And he does eventually come over to her and was saying like, where's your shoes? What's going on? Then she switches and is saying that this is fun. And he was like, this is fun? Like you acting a damn fool and taking off your shoes in the street is what you consider to be fun? Okay. And he's basically saying he don't want the cops to show up. Like at the end of the day, he don't want no problems or whatever. So he's like, what are we going to do? Like, are we going home? Are we going to stay over here in the hotel? And finally, he just says, well, we'll stay in the hotel tonight. Like, calm down or whatever the case may be. And they'll go to his mom's house tomorrow. She over here talking about some no. And then he was just, steadily telling her to calm down. And she's saying she needs help. I said, yeah, girl, you do need help. She's saying she need help right now. I said, but I don't think me and you was talking about the same kind of help. You need some damn professional help, Ashley. But, he say, don't worry about it. Like, in other words, tomorrow's a new day. We'll face whatever else we have to face. Okay, tomorrow. And so that pretty much was it with Ashley and Travis, y'all. Then we get to freaking Justine and Michael. And I said, girl, I know you freaking lying to me. Like I said, this has always been, my favorite couple, the couple that I've been rooting for, but I have not been agreeing with some of the moves they've been making recently. They have this conversation and agree that she's not going to tell his mother by herself, right? This pregnant situation has him very nervous. He's going to wait so that they can tell them. They was already talking about how her mother would feel, and it seems like they're rushing, and he feels a little bit skeptical about everything. You got a daughter that's married to somebody coming out of jail, and so he's scared that she's not going to take it too well. And then it's like, well, what time am I going to, he going to get back in from work, and what time would they be able to meet up and all of that kind of stuff, when they get over there. Then they would try to see, what they're going to do and how they're going to tell her, because he's really worried about making a good impression or whatever, right? And so he doesn't feel like he's made a good impression so far. The last time she seen him was basically in a damn jumpsuit. She got to see him for the time when they got married. And so, of course, he wants to be able to spend a little bit more time with her, let her get to know him, on the outside. And, Justine is saying how she only seen him for the time when they was in there when he was locked up. And so this seems like something important to both of them. And like they are basically agreeing on this. And she's saying, I'm hoping that, my mom is going to embrace him and she's not going to be so judgmental, because I know that she's a judgmental person and I know how she is, and she don't care how you feel. She going to speak her mind. She going to, tell you the truth as she sees it and all of that. And so they had said that they was going to go ahead and meet up together like around, 5:30 or whatever. And she was like, I don't need any shit popping off or whatever. And he was like, damn, your mother's like that. And she was like, hell to the year, right? She was like, what do you mean your mother's like that? And he said she would pop off because I'm like 20 minutes late. And she said, well, she's been waiting years. And so, why should she have to wait 20 minutes more? Okay. And he says, well, you're right. So they say, see you later, bye, right? I guess. And so she going ahead and cleaning up everything and, preparing for her mom's visit. So now when mama get there, they all coming and hugging her and stuff like that. And she's like, well, where's Mike? And she said, he's going to meet us over at the restaurant. So they go ahead to walk down the street. And as they're walking, her mom is asking her, how's it going so far? How are you feeling everything out? She says, it's still new. It's still fresh. We still getting used to it. She was like, you should see him with a damn phone. He don't know what the hell to do with it or whatever, right? It's like when grandma be working on the phone. So she's laughing at that. And she's like, well, you got to give him time. Things was different. And then she was like, y'all not going to really have the time that y'all thought y'all was going to have, right? You probably not going to really get as much of a honeymoon phase because you have so many kids too and other duties and jobs and all of that kind of stuff, right? And so, of course, since we speak on kids, here go Justine, right? She was supposed to have been waiting, oh, well, yeah, we do have the kids and it could be more kids coming. And she's like, well, we shouldn't be talking about more kids right now, right? You have more than enough kids, all right? That's what you have. You don't need no more. And she basically says to her mom, like, well, we already said that we might have more, right? And kind of might already be too late for that. So her mom is like, is there something you're trying to tell me? And she was like, no, I'm not trying to tell you anything. I'm just saying. And so she was like, there better not be any surprises, Then they go ahead and they get inside and they sit down. And basically her mom is still saying, I hope you didn't bring me here to tell me anything. Okay, mama done caught on. She know the game because apparently Justine done told her in different ways with the previous three. She's saying, y'all got this Brady Bunch going on. There's 7 kids all together with yours and his, and that would make 8, and we don't need that right now, right? And I said, mama, wait till you hear about her quitting the damn job, honey. If you think this is something, you ain't heard nothing yet, right? And so, she basically says that, every jackass you get involved with, I pick up the pieces. I've been the one that's holding you down. So I really hope this is not the topic, all right? Mama just keep letting her know. So now Justine ends up telling her, like, yeah, it is what it is. All right, I am pregnant. She's like, you got to be freaking kidding me or whatever. This is too soon, too quick. It's only been a damn month. Like, how the hell are you pregnant already? And on top of that, Justine tells her about quitting her job. And she's like, why the hell would you do that? And she basically was saying, like, she's so disappointed. She was like, she doesn't use her damn head. I love my child to death. But how the heck do you make a decision like this? And then you end up, quitting your job on top of it, because Michael said he was going to take care of me and this and that. And she's like, you should have basically waited. This is too soon. So now he comes right in the midst of this, of course. And he's like, are you kidding me? You already told her. She knows. And it's like, yeah, she knows. The cat is out the bag. You might as well go ahead and sit down. So, of course, one of the first questions Mama's asking him is, why would you have her quit her job? Why would you think that's a good idea? Oh, because I'm a provider. I want to be the one to take care of it. I want her to be home and be able to be a mother. And her mom cut him off and said, listen, she know what it feels like to be a mother and a father, okay? She been holding it down all this time. She literally picked up and moved here and didn't have no type of support system. And I was the one that was holding her down and helping her out when she decided to make this move. So the last thing she needed to be doing was quitting a job when you don't even have something else and guaranteed money coming in or whatever the case may be. It would make more sense for her to keep her job so that would be extra support and help or whatever, and she needs to be able to have her own independence just in case anything happens. And so, of course, he's saying, I'm not going nowhere. This is meant to last. I'm not trying to leave nothing. I'm trying to be here. I'm trying to do what I got to do. And so when she's saying, well, where's the plans? I don't see y'all making no plans. I don't see what is going to be, the go-to with her that you have, that is going to be something that's going to be stable and concrete to be like, yo, Justine, quit your job. Do you know that Michael turned and told this damn lady with a straight freaking face, there is no plan. Okay, the plan is to leave it in God's hands. I said, Michael, I know you freaking lying, honey. I know you freaking lying. As much as I love you, if you would have sat in my face and told me that, I might have slapped the shit out of you, okay? Ain't no way in the world. So mama gets up, pissed off, rightfully so, and walks out. And child, we end up finding out that she been the one paying the damn bills. She said the daddies is trash. None of them help. Okay, none of them is paying child support. Michael was saying to Justine, should I go outside and talk to her? And she's like, yeah, you go. And she gonna talk about well, I'm not sending him out there because I want to be disrespectful or anything like that. It's just that I know my mom. And so I think it would be better if he go and talk to her or whatever, and they get on the same page than me going out there, right? And so when he comes out, he's apologizing to her that she had to find out in that way. And he was like, I know that it puts you in a funny position. And it's kind of like a catch-22. And he was like, I'm thankful that you've been helping her out and all of that, but you ain't got to worry about it. He's like, I'm the one that paid the rent this month, and you're not going to have to worry about where the money is coming from. And I know people be looking and wondering where I'm getting my money from and how I'm doing things and worried that I'm going to go back into the street. But he's like, I'm definitely not going back into the street. I'm not going to take a chance like that and jeopardize me or my family again. I'd rather be poor out here than be rich and be in there. And all of that sounds good, but like Justine mama said, yeah, but now I got two 35-year-olds that made a really dumb decision. I'm 55 years old. I should not have to be doing any of this and taking care of any of this. He's like, you're 100% right. But, she says she believes in second chances. But yeah, that is her biggest concern and fear. And at the end of the day, regardless of what, she's still going to support Justine. He was saying he hates to see them argue and he don't want them arguing. And she was like, nah, that's a given. That's going to happen. That's our routine. But I do still love my daughter and I'm going to stand by her. But I don't like how she's doing things or whatever, right? And so he basically at this point was saying, let's get ready to go back in. And he turns around and says, now he's pissed with Justine, okay? He feels like she should have listened. She shouldn't have been telling her without him being there. He also is basically like, damn, my mom comes as drama. Her mom comes as dramas. There's always seems to be some kind of drama, whatever, right? And then when we see them leaving the place in the car and her mom is still saying, do you understand and see where I'm coming from and why I'm upset? She telling her mom she don't care. She don't care about her being upset. She don't care about her opinion. She's basically like, and on top of it, her mom says that she's always finding out in the craziest ways. And she was like, oh, would you have rather that I told you on the phone? I could have just not told you at all. Justine getting all flip out the mouth, just all kind of crazy. Then she going in on Mike. When Mike is saying don't even, come at her like that. And she's like, man, just take me back to the hotel or whatever the case may be, saying that, she going to be there till Monday or whatever. But she want to go back to the damn hotel and relax and really release right now, okay, and not have to deal with this foolishness and foolery. And so Justine is basically saying, like, if you wasn't late and you would have been there on time, then, this wouldn't have came out like this either. He like, oh, don't start that. Once the mom gets out the car, she's telling him that he don't be having her back. He don't give her support the way that she gives it to him. And he was like, cut the nonsense. I don't want to hear that mess no more about, me not being there and all of that stuff. And, because I do be there. And she was like, well, you was late and I told you that it was a big thing about being late, because he basically was like, I'm really mad that your mom is upset, I'm saying, it bothers me. And she was like, oh, don't pretend that you care about my mother and what bothers her. He was like, I do. And she was like, well, if you really did, then you wouldn't have been, saying late or whatever coming, because I told you that she don't like when people be late either. And so of course it just was an argument ensuing between them two, and honeymoon is officially over. She was telling both of them that they basically messed up her plans and her being able to enjoy herself and take in this moment because of him being late and her mother not being happy about her being pregnant. But I said, girl, Justine, go lay down. Okay, go lay down and cut the ball. Now, moving on from there, we going to touch on Aries and Cameron real quick, because I said, girl, I know you freaking lying. Now, Cameron came home pissy, drunk as a damn skunk, right? And he flopping in the bed. She calling him and all of that, saying, damn, he always got to go get drunk. He got to overdo it. He needs to stand up. He needs to be a man. He needs to act right now that he married. I said, Aries, was we really expecting that, girl? Was you really lying to yourself and putting yourself in this fairy tale damn position to believe that because you got married, this man was going to stand up straight and act right, when you known this whole time that he had a damn drinking problem? You knew he had a drinking problem. You still married him. You invited him around your damn daughter that don't know him from a freaking hole in the wall. Flew her out here by herself. Flew her back by herself. Made her stay in a hotel room by herself. All for a dude that literally could not even last one day out. You saying it yourself had to be put back in for 2 freaking weeks because of his drinking. But you really thought that the drinking was all the way going to stop because we married now, girl? cut it. Like, cut it. Deal with the consequences of your freaking choice. She gonna talk about if you can't be serious about damn freedom and sobriety, how you gonna be serious about marriage? He not. And you freaking knew that. Even his own aunt was calling him out with that too. And these was the questions that his sisters had. And you were sitting here smiling, shucking and jiving, girl. Like, please, I don't want to hear your damn complaints now and see your damn crocodile tears. So now when he comes in, she's asking, did you bring my medicine? And it's like, nope, I forgot. Nope, I didn't bother bringing it because you didn't bother coming to the party. And she basically is like, are you freaking kidding me? She's like, this is exactly why I did not come to the party, because I knew you was going to do exactly what you did and get damn drunk or whatever, right? And she basically was like, so you did exactly what I told you not to do. And he was like, so divorce me. Okay, that was his reply. He stayed taking off that damn ring every chance he get. And so basically she's telling him, to get his ass out. She don't want him on the bed. Go sleep somewhere else. Go find somewhere else to go. She don't want him touching her. She don't want him talking to her. She don't want him looking at her. Okay, do not look her way. She was like, don't bother me. I hope you enjoyed your party or whatever the case may be. And she's saying that he needs to step up and stop acting like a frat boy. But girl, that's who you got with. That's who you got with. Everywhere y'all go, this damn man been drinking down. You go to the studio, he drinking down. He in the car, he want to drink. He at the damn wedding, he freaking spraying the damn champagne all over the place and y'all drinking. She talking about some, look at me and see how sick I am or whatever the case may be. You supposed to be taking care of me, but I'm taking care of you. Child, girl. Aries, you should have been home taking care of your damn daughter. I don't feel sorry for you, not one damn bit, girl, okay? So that's all I got to say on them. All right, now moving on along, Monique and damn Derek, child. They going to be the last ones on the list. We see them getting ready, preparing to go ahead to meet, Big Mama. Okay, we going to meet Big Mama. We going to meet Daddy. This is going to be a little different. This is my father's side of the family. Ain't no beef. Everything is chill. It's not like the situation that goes on with his siblings that come from his mom. How long have it been since you seen Big Mom? Well, it's been about 6 years, he tells her, and he haven't seen his dad since 2013. And so she's like, damn, that's a long time. And he's saying, yeah, his Big Mama is 95 years old. God bless her. All right, one thing we gonna do is always, respect Big Mama. Now, this is his father's grandmother, right? And she's very special. And so he basically was saying, that he always used to stay there or whatever, because Monique was asking him, like, you ever you stayed there, whatever, that's who raised his dad, and he would go there holidays and weekends and things like that, and he would see his other sisters and brothers, and he has like a blended family. We were seeing some old photos from when they was little, and he was saying they got different fathers, but they still love each other, okay, as it should be. And so he was like, everything is gonna be good today. They gonna find out everything. They gonna meet everybody. So she was like, well, what do you mean by find out everything? And he was like, us talking. She talking about some talking or being together. And he was like, same difference, okay, same thing. So they go ahead and they did get a warm welcome. Big Mama was happy to see him. His dad was happy to see him. Now, Dad looked like he had a rough life, okay? I don't want to get too deep into Dad, but he looked like he had a really rough life, but he's still here. He happy to see his boy. He's saying, I'm not going to cry. I'm going to hold it together. They go ahead and get introduced to Monique. They asking her how she doing. Big Mama got a big smile on her face, and she don't look no 95, okay? Go ahead, Big Mama, all right? God bless her. I wish my Big Mama was still here. And so she was welcoming them into the home and, getting up and giving him a hug. And basically, he was saying it's so good to see his son. It feels great, to have him here, because he couldn't see him all this time, And, Derek is saying how Monique is from Chicago and she came here, and Big Mama gave her a hug and was like, welcome to the family. She was like, it's all love. And Derek was saying how this is the monarch of the family, the head of the family. And so his father was saying, this means a lot to me. And he was like, yeah, this is my boy. And so they just been talking about how long it's been since they seen each other, and they would never forget seeing him in the daggone courtroom. His father was saying that he was right there. And he was like, it's over though. We moving on and we looking to the future. Big Mama said, yeah, we gonna make a bright future. we gonna do things right. And he's like, yeah, we could do it. They hugging again or whatever. And so, they saying thank you to her for looking out for them. And she's saying, you welcome. She said it's not easy, but they putting in the work or whatever. And he said, yeah, she's been here for him. She been holding him down for about 2 years or whatever the case may be. And it's been a different experience with of course, the mother side of the family and his siblings or whatever. And so she's like, yeah, they've been, a bit much, right? That's been what the hard part is. She was like, it's coming along or whatever. And of course, telling them that it's been 2.5 years, telling them that they met through Facebook, showing like the post that he had up. And grandma really don't know that much about that. She like, well, what was this, social media, a picture? And he's like, yeah. And he showed it to his father, and his father, just basically laughing at it or whatever the case may be when he see the pictures that was up there. And he was like, yo, this dude is crazy, man. But she was like, okay, well, this is going to work out, grandma asking questions. And so, Monique says, yeah, but there can be some improvement. Is mostly dealing with the family issues, not even really so much things in between them. And, he's saying, yeah, they talk crazy, they disrespectful, she's had my back, and they be doing too much. And, the father say, well, you be an older brother, have your relationship with them, but also stay positive. That's what, his grandmother taught him. That's what she instilled on him. You don't got to hang around. You ain't got to deal with negativity. And Derek is like, yeah, that's what I'll be telling her. Like, don't even entertain it, And she tells him, you got to live your life. You got to do what's best for you and your woman, your friend or whatever the case may be. And stay focused on what you're trying to do and what you want to accomplish, okay? All the right things. And so they saying they want to go ahead and grab something to drink. And they like, I'll be right back. So I'm figuring this is going to be time that Monique and his grandma could go ahead and communicate. No, Monique over here talking about where's your bathroom. But the whole time, instead of going to the damn bathroom, Monique over here trying to creep and still find places to hide these damn cameras that she bought to put in grandma's house, okay, because she want to be able to find spots where she can keep an eye on him and see him once she is going back to Chicago. I said, girl, Monique, child, please hang it up, all right? Hang it up, child, all right? So she back here creeping and looking through stuff and finding receipts and looking in the phone book and all of this, talking about, oh, this is his stuff that he had when he was in jail. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's here, whatever. In the meantime, Derek is outside asking his father, what you think about Monique so far? And he was like, man, if whether your brothers and sisters like her or not, it's not about them. It's about you. It's about what y'all want to make. He was like, she seems solid. He's saying how she was rocking with him the whole time, how they had their ups and downs. And of course, he was locked up for 9 years and she was holding him down for 2. And her holding him down and going through the trials and tribulations with him means a lot to him or whatever. So he was like, she rode with me to the end, so I want to ride with her. And, he said, well, you got to stick with who stick with you. He was like, you can't never forget that. And so he was like, yeah. And he said, well, if you care about her and that's who you want to be with, then I respect it, period, point blank. Okay. And I will be there for her and she will be a part of the family. And that's that on that. So daddy is down with it. He was like, if she been there for you and you love her, that's all I need to know. And we're going to respect her. You know what I'm saying? Forget all that other stuff. So that was cool. Now they going back in the house and he's calling out for her. And of course she's somewhere still trying to find, oh, I could put a camera here. I could put a camera here. I would have thought she would have at least answered him because he's mad loud like, Monique, 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 where are you? So when he sees her in the room, he like, this ain't no damn bathroom, okay? What the hell are you doing back in here? The bathroom ain't here. What you hiding behind your hand? And she talking about, I ain't got nothing. And, of course, he finds the damn receipt thing that she had behind her hand. And he was like, what else do you have? I don't have nothing else, I swear. So he says this part pissed him off, all right, as it should, as it would anybody. He was like, we going to go ahead and talk about that later. I'm not going to get into it right now while we here, but that's definitely going to be something we going to have to discuss because he was saying he have paperwork and receipts and pictures and all that kind of stuff that is way before Monique, that's old, and she don't need to be looking into all of that. But I said, Derek, yeah, but we know you got some other things too, okay, child? We ain't gonna act like we don't know, because we do. Now, in the meantime, he's thanking Big Mama for letting him stay there, and she's like, of course, I'm saying, no problem. And she tells Monique, like, this is a family affair. You're not in this alone. I'm here. We're here. We got you. You ain't got to do it behind yourself. We still talking about how opinions don't matter and we got to do what we need to do. And she was like, yeah, this side is definitely, I'm saying, a whole different vibe going on, and that she's really feeling the difference here and feeling good or whatever. And grandma was just basically also saying that, action speaks louder than words. You got to put the work in, right? I love that she says that. And she also said that she gets that Monique basically probably feels a lot of different ways and has been through a lot of stuff in her life due to her appearance and stuff like that. And she was saying that at the end of the day, Monique is a person and she has feelings or whatever the case may be, right? She's a person first. And I loved the fact that grandma said that or whatever, right? And so, Derek, it was funny when they was riding on the way home in the damn car. Monique kept going, okay, every damn minute. And he was like, girl, are you okay? Do we need to stop? Do I need to get you some water? She kept telling him she was okay. She was like, no, why you keep asking me that? And he was like, because you keep clearing your damn throat every 2 seconds, okay? That would irritate me after a while too, though. I ain't gonna lie. So when they get back to the house, or actually even before that, as they were still on their way to go to the hotel, she's saying how she gonna cook him this dinner. She just want to go home and relax. And he's like, well, what about going to see my brothers and sisters and them? And she's like, nah, not so much, right? I think I'm good on that. And he was like, well, what about the fact that they saying they want to apologize to you? And she's like, well, I'm willing to hear them out. If they really are gonna apologize to me, I wouldn't mind that. But how about we do that tomorrow, right? And I agree with her. Why would I rush to go see people that have been arguing me down, cursing me out? We done had a nice day. We done had a good vibe with your grandmother and your dad. Just want to go home and relax now. So he says, okay, that's fine. They could do that tomorrow. So she surprises him with some, I think it was Prosecco. And she's making some salmon. He's saying how that looks good. He's saying, she got a lot done today. She did good with the errands and all that. And he's like, yeah, this is the kind of vibe I like. When he go to open up the bottle, he ends up spraying her. And he talking about, don't worry about it. You sticky, but I'm going to lick all of that off of you. Okay, I'm going to get every last drop. And so he was just basically saying, as far as the tracking and being overbearing, he can't do it. She got to cut that out. That has to stop. When she was smiling, he was like, you over here laughing. That means you're not going to stop. Yeah, pretty much, right? But she says no, she get where he coming from. That's understandable. And this is when he wants to tell us that he gets bad bitches, okay, and dimes or whatever the case may be. But now he has Monique. I said, Derek, what? Child, sometimes I'll be wanting to be on your side too, but then sometimes you just really be putting your foot in your mouth. I wonder how she feels when she looks back and hears and sees all these things. So nonetheless, he's saying that, this is what he wants to see her, cooking all the time or whatever, right? But he says that he will cook too. And he telling her, that the food is really good. And he gonna go ahead and show her how good he think it really is, right? And although he does want this to work out, again, it is temptation out there. And child, Derek looked like he was struggling to get on top of her, okay? He was trying to get up on top of her and give her some kisses or whatever the case may be. And he just basically end up throwing, like, the pillow towards the camera. Like, in other words, y'all go ahead and get up out of here. You ain't got to go home, but it's time to get up out of here because we about to make it do what it do, okay? And do the coochie coo. And so that was basically the episode, y'all. That was what I could remember when I, had my little notes for. If it's anything that I left out, y'all go ahead and put it in the comments. We will discuss it there. Okay, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. If you are so inclined, give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. And of course, you guys, I just want to also let you know that subscribe-a-thon is going down this month, all right? Trying to get those subscriptions up, honey, as much as I can. And so I'm going to be bringing you some non-stop content. Of course, we have Love After Lockup. We have The Oval. We have Sisters. We have BMF. We have Godfather of Harlem. Going to be doing Snowfall. We're going to be doing Bel Air. My What You Should Be Watching will still be going on. Self-Care Saturdays is going on. We doing movies for Black History Month. Rosewood will be today at 7 p.m. There will be a live for that. in honor of Black History Month and the fourth Sunday of every month. We are doing throwbacks, old school classics, favorites. Get into it, y'all, okay? And so that's what I got for y'all today. Till next time, y'all. Tula.